What makes a team a team? Well, you need players, coaches, and fans to cheer them on. But a team is much more than that. The jerseys we wear, the chants we preach, the shots that leave the audience on the edge of their seats, the highs, the lows, the games where anything goes. But most importantly, it's the memories we make along the way. With each game, whether it's a win or a loss, it's the experiences we go through that make a team. This is the story of how the Ayr Centennials have become the team we know today. The Ayr Centennials you know today didn't always start off the way they are now. The Ayr Centennials began all the way back in 1982 with a man by the name of Clarence Eby. His family members soon joined to help, namely his son Don and his grandson Scott, who played for the team at the age of 15. The Ayr Centennials were a Southern Junior D Hockey League until 1988, when they merged with the Western Junior D Hockey League. In just 3 years, the Junior D rank and the league were left behind for the Ayr Centennials to become a part of the OHA Junior Development League until 2006, when the Southern Ontario Junior Hockey League was made. The early 2000s were a rough time for the Centennials, who seemed to have lost their touch. In 3 seasons from the year 2005 to the year 2007, they managed to come out with 17 wins and were about ready to pack it up. But they didn't give up. A couple years after, they kept improving and began to win more games. By 2009 to 2010, they showed how much they changed and improved by placing 3rd in the Southern Ontario Junior Hockey League. That wasn't the best they had when it came to the season of 2010 to 2011. They placed the best in years, topping seasons back in 1983 to 84. While they made it to the OHA Cup, they unfortunately lost in 4 games. By the summer of 2012, the Ayr Centennials were moving up the ranks, going from a Junior D team to a Junior C team. They stood their ground, winning the first ever SOJHL Junior C Championship in March of 2013. The team got realigned a few times, going from the Niagara and District Junior C Hockey League, but ending up in the Midwestern Junior C Hockey League. The years leading up to 2020 were met with great success, claiming various victories and championships, like the PJHL Doherty Division Championship. In 2020, however, that's when things changed quite a bit. With the purchase of the Kitchener Dutchmen, the Ayr Centennials promoted from a Junior C team to a Junior B team. The Kitchener Dutchmen, before they became part of the Ayr Centennials, were a Kitchener-based team founded in 1956, when the Kitchener Canucks left to become the Peterborough Petes, leaving a void that the Dutchmen would soon fill. The Dutchmen had numerous games of losses and victories, especially around the years of 2009 to 2010, when a notable player by the name of Mark Scheifele joined the Dutchmen. You might recognize his name, as he is now part of the NHL, playing for the Winnipeg Jets. It's a small world, and it feels even smaller when you realize that pro hockey players can even come to begin in a town like Kitchener. During his time playing for the Kitchener Dutchmen, prospective universities began to take notice of him and even offered him NCAA scholarships. This would be the beginning of his path into the NHL. Some may even wonder what it may be like to be at a young age in their hometown playing hockey to get to the NHL. Wonder no more, as I got the chance to speak with Mark Scheifele, who experienced that firsthand. Did you know about the Kitchener Dutchmen being bought by the Ayr Centennials?
I did hear about that, so it's definitely strange, not being the Kitchener Dutchman is different, but I'm sure it'll be a great change.
I heard that you were able to get into the NHL at a very young age.
Yeah, I was lucky the year after. I had a good year in Kitchener for the Dutchmen, and then I ended up, moving on to Barrie and playing in the OHL for the Colts, and, things just took me from there.
Do you miss playing in Kitchener at all?
No, really. Like, obviously, you'd love to be home, being close to your parents, but there's no NHL team in Kitchener, so
Right.
it's nice to get to experience the world and get to travel all over. So I get to see my parents on a regular season. When COVID's not a thing, usually they come out to Winnipeg or they see me when we play Toronto or Ottawa or Montreal or whatever. So you definitely get homesick once in a while, but it just comes with kind of with territory.
So what was your favorite part about playing for the Kitchener Dutchmen?
I think it was just my first, introduction to playing, with older guys. I was playing with, you grow up playing minor hockey and you always play against kids your own age, and then all of a sudden you're playing against, you're 16, you're playing against 20-year-olds. So definitely, I had to ramp up my game. I had to, ramp up my, workout regime, whatever that was. So I think that prepared me to, take the next step to the OHL, and then obviously from there, take that to, continue to pursue my career. And, I had a great team around me. I had great coaching, and that all led to, me learning the most I can about hockey.
So what was it like to play your first year of junior as a 16-year-old in your hometown of Kitchener?
It was definitely nice, being, still being young, still getting to live at home, to be with my parents, and, be able to get home cooked meals, all that stuff made it nice, and have, a support group around you of, your, my mom and dad, my brother and sister. So, that definitely helped a lot.
So when you were 16 years old, you were leading a team and scoring by 12 points. How did this happen when you had to play against 20-year-olds?
Just a lot of hard work. Just wanted to work at my game, and I had some good players playing around me, and I just, I wanted to be the best player that I could be, and I just worked hard every single day. And I had a great coach in Todd Hoffman at the time, and he helped me a lot, grow into the player I am today, and it just came from a lot of hard work.
Any big inspirations that you had when you were growing up?
I was a big hockey fan, so I think my only inspiration was kind of through my parents. They were the people that, were able to get me and my brother and sister to all our activities, whether it was sports or school or whatever it was. So, they were always my inspiration growing up, and I'm very lucky to have such a great family and such a supportive family, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without them.
It simply goes to show that even big-time players have humble beginnings, even on teams you know. Perhaps the next big NHL star will come from the Ayr Centennials? Well, the story of the Kitchener Dutchmen ends here. Their story lives on through the Ayr Centennials. The next chapter of the Ayr Centennials lies with us. We'll see you at the rink.